feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright. Echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you on this Wednesday night or Thursday afternoon if you are down here in the Southern Hemisphere? We have a really good case to talk about tonight, one that delves back in time 15 years. And I have a bit of a story to tell you about it too. Ping actually remembers when this happened, like the day it happened, when they found her body in the rental property. It was like a big deal when it happened. And it sort of changed how things were done. The fact that this young lady had been showing a townhouse and someone, they didn't know who at the time, had come in and shot and killed her. I still have vivid memories of reading the news articles about it and trying to keep on top of it for a couple of days to see if they found who did it, if it was somebody, known to her, but nothing ever happened. And we fast forward 15 years in the future, and I think the answer is not what anyone expected. I think maybe people thought maybe it was someone like a male, because males have used real estate agents in the past to victimize because they know they're often alone. That's happened. I think that was one of the theories originally, that it might have been a male that had come to book a showing at the house. So to fast forward 15 years in the future, and it's not a guy, it's a girl, Kristen Ramsey, and her photo is in the thumbnail. I'll put it on the screen. There is there is her in her lovely new orange jumpsuit, but right now the authorities won't tell us what the connection is. They won't tell us why she wanted to go there and hurt this other person. Now, you have to remember a lot of time has passed, 15 years, right? So these two were actually not that far away in age. Kristen's now 53. We're talking like 15 years ago. So she would have been in her late 30s at the time. The the young lady who died, she was 27, Ashley Oakland. She was 27. So they're about ten years age difference at the time. The woman accused of doing it, she would have been her senior by about 10 years. It could have been jealousy. I don't know. It's very interesting that even today, Kristen Ramsey still works in the real estate business. What's more disgusting is when arrested, she actually worked for the same company that Ashley Oakland used to work for. Now, not directly, it's actually a subsidiary of the company, but yes, she actually works for the company that employed Ashley Oakland back in the day. And I think that's really creepy. Could you imagine the work people when they found out that they were all devastated at the death of her. Imagine then finding out the woman who did it works with you. I can't. I think it's shocking. And why would this woman want to kill her? Because at the time they did not work for the same company. She didn't work for the same company until later on. So what could it possibly have been? Wa was there some sort of, uh, male that they were seeing? Was it Ashley Oakland had caught the attention of a guy, and that this other lady didn't like it, Kristen? I'm at a loss like you guys are. Apparently the authorities won't say until the trial gets underway. They're not willing to part with that information at this time. But, yeah, so the press conference today, I'll show a bit of it to you in a second, but it's very strange. Uh, all this time, 15 years, and, you know, could have been over something very, um, very, immature. Could have been over a guy, could have been over a work thing, could have been over commissions. Real estate often work in commission. Could have been anything like that. But to have that mystery solved now after, so long is, it's a good thing, but it's also very sad because now we have to go through the court process for it. Now, in the press conference today, they said that in the Des Moines area, after Ashley was killed, they actually changed the way that realtors showed homes, and apparently they changed it where you can't be alone. You have to have a second person, and there's more security around meeting with clients or having an open house, in your job, which that's very interesting that they obviously, you know, they took it very seriously when one of their own was killed. We'll watch a little bit of the press conference in a minute, but hold on. Hey, Robert. She does look a little bit like Madge from Neighbours. A little bit. Deborah said, I wondered that. Jennifer. Where's Jennifer? Uh, where's Jennifer? Why can I not see her in the chat? I can't. What's going on with my? I think my chat is ruling people out. Oh, here. Hey, Jennifer. No, that's Kim. Hey, Nate Dog. How are you? Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Missy. How are you? I don't know what happened to the other person. But that's okay. Hey, good to see you. Olive. Good to see you. Um, is there a picture of the lady on the right younger? I can have a look. I have not seen one. I have only seen the one where she's um in the jumpsuit, in the prison uniform. I have not seen one with her like back in 2011. Let me see if there is one. There might be. Um no, I don't see one. It'll come out. I guarantee you there'll be one that comes out with her when she was younger. I've got another photo of her in plain clothing. Here is her in some plain clothes. So you guys will have to have your guess at why she would have wanted to go to this woman showing an open house and shoot her. It sounds premeditated. You don't just go, "Oh, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go to this open house of someone I know in the real estate industry and I'm just going to shoot them." There's got to obviously. So what happened is, I'll explain. Normally, when someone is arrested for a crime like this, we get a affidavit, and they're normally handed over in court during arraignment. But this one, we don't get one. And it's because it was done through a grand jury. When you do it through a grand jury and then they choose to indict, you don't get that affidavit that gets handed up. So we don't have it. Like with normal cases, we would normally have it. This particular one, we don't get it. So we're a little bit in the dark compared to how we normally might be if someone is charged and then appears in court. She's not getting out though. She's on a $2 million bond. I don't think she'd be getting out of jail anytime soon. Charged with first-degree murder, and the cops are saying they are not looking for anyone else. No one helped. There's no conspiracy, just this woman. So they are saying they are not looking for an accomplice, nothing, just her. Let me take you out to the press conference, and I want to just play it. Not all of it. I just want to play the first bit. I think it's right here.
Welcome to the West Des Moines Police Department. Thank you for taking time to be with us here today. We have several speakers, the first of whom will be Craig Bellamy, Chief of Police for the West Des Moines Police Department. They have prepared statements. I will ask everyone to remember that although the arrest is significant, this process is not done. A criminal prosecution is pending, and in order to preserve the value of the investigative information that we do have, we will not be answering questions today. At this point, I'd like to introduce Chief of Police Craig Bellamy.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. I want to say it's a privilege to serve the community of West Des Moines. Since taking this position roughly 6 weeks ago, I've seen firsthand how the members of this department are highly talented, professional, and completely dedicated to serving our community. I have also observed a very strong collaboration with our public partners, and it is that combined effort, coordination, and dedication that led to yesterday's arrest. Assistant Chief Jody Hayes has served this community for over 35 years, and in that time, he has been involved with this investigation from the beginning. I've asked him to come forward and say a few more things, provide a few more details. Thank you.
Yesterday, our unrelenting pursuit of justice for Ashley Oakland reached a significant milestone. 15 years ago, Ashley's death sent shockwaves, not only throughout the central Iowa community, but throughout our entire state. Since her death on April 8th, 2011, the search for answers has weighed heavily on family, friends, coworkers, and our central Iowa community. In addition, Ashley's story has haunted a very frightened community of professional realtors who have forever changed how they hold open houses and conduct business on a daily basis. Some of you, represented here today by the media, who have followed the case throughout the years or were at the homicide scene back in 2011, have shared that you too were affected by the details of Ashley's homicide on a personal level, more so than most cases that you've covered throughout the years. As for our investigative team, who has kept Ashley's case open these past 15 years, following up on thousands of leads from the public and reviewing countless items of evidence, materials collected throughout the investigations, Ashley's story has kept many of us awake at night, revisiting the details over and over in our minds, searching for that missing piece that would tie everything together and lead us down the right path to identifying a person that was responsible for this act. The drive and unwavering commitment by investigators to solve this case is always and has been justice for Ashley and her family. Yesterday, March 17th, 2026, West Des Moines police detectives arrested 53-year-old Kristen Ramsey without incident. She is currently being held at the Dallas County Jail. She has been indicted by the Dallas County Grand Jury for the offense of murder in the first degree.
So I'll leave it there. I don't want to play it all. They basically just go over the same information over and over again for like the next 20 minutes. I got her court, not court, but like her bail details. Give me a sec. I will get them up on the screen. If it'll, yep, here we go. So there you go. Kristen Elizabeth Ramsey. There's her booking photo right there. Booked on the 17th of the 3rd at 5:05 p.m. And they say, what type of prisoner? She's newly charged. Dallas County Jail, new facility, $2 million bond, cash only. And she only has one charge, murder in the first degree. So that's all we basically know. to get into your 50s and to hold this secret for that long. I mean, how could you go to work every day, face all these people that knew the victim? I think it says a lot about her because these people grieved together when she died. They held ceremonies and they fundraised and things like that. And to be a part of all that in the real estate community and the other coworkers, you're a real evil, evil person to not only take a life, murder, but then to roll around like a pig in mud with everyone grieving. She is a real piece of work. I can't wait to find out what exactly happened on that night. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we can get like a work ID or something of her from 10 years ago. A lot of people don't seem to be able to find a background photo. There's some people saying that they were workers at the time. If that's true, that would explain how they knew each other. But the motive here is something that we don't have. We don't have the motive of why she would want to hurt her. You know, I have a funny feeling it might be one of the theories we've already talked about tonight, considering that this lady would have been like almost like her boss or senior in the office because she had like 10 years. Ashley Oakland was only 27 at the time. And yeah, it might be something like what you guys were saying. She stole her life. She stole her life, but then also reveled in a way. She didn't even. I mean, you can't run away because then the cops will be like, "Hey, why'd this person leave all of a sudden?" Um, Probably jealous of her. I mean, jealousy it tends to be. There's only so many things murders are done for, right? It's like sex, money, jealousy, um, things like that. Hey Colleen, how are you? We are working at changing software. I am looking to move away from StreamYard. StreamYard is so restrictive. I can't resize my windows. Like I can't have it equal screen time with the other one where I could be like 50-50. I have to be this tiny window, and that one has to be that size. I can't move it. I can't resize it, which is really annoying, which makes it harder for people to see. So we are looking at maybe changing to a different software. So I'm currently looking into it. So yeah, there we go. Here's another photo of Ashley Oakland. Yeah, very pretty young lady, and had her life stolen from her, left in basically the home she was showing after being shot. People nearby, when it all went down, heard a commotion in that townhouse, but by the time they got there and somebody had called 911, the only person there was Ashley Oakland. That was it. She was left alone to die from her gunshot wound. I think that is makes her offending almost worse to sort of leave her there for to die alone. It's awful, really is. Let me see. There was like a little catch up. Where is it? There was a little catchy up video that I wanted to show you. Yeah, here. Let's go here.
The story has kept many of us awake at night, revisiting the details over and over in our minds, searching for that missing piece that would tie everything together and lead us down the right path to identifying a person that was responsible for this act.
And nearly 15 years later, there is a break in a West Des Moines cold case. Today, law enforcement and family sharing updates of the arrest and the murder of Realtor Ashley Oakland. She was found shot to death inside of a model townhome she was showing in April of 2011. And this week, police arrested 53-year-old Kristen Ramsey.
She's charged with first-degree murder and is in the Dallas County Jail on a $2 million cash bond. Tonight, we have live team coverage as new developments unfold in this case. We start with KCCI senior reporter Todd Magel, who was at the news conference this morning. Todd, what do we know right now?
Well, Ben and Jody, we are actually in Woodward now, and if you look behind me, this is the home registered to Kristen Ramsey. She was charged with first-degree murder here this week. Take a look, and just like yesterday when we were here, West Des Moines police crew spent today using metal detectors searching the yard here, and today police spoke for the very
That's interesting. They were at the home today with metal detectors. I wonder if they're looking for the firearm. I wonder if they're looking for the gun that she used to kill her. I wonder why they think it might be on that property. Maybe they can tell she's owned it the entire time. Interesting though. There must be some reason they suspect she may have kept that firearm all these years and not thrown it away or, disposed of it. So it definitely sounds like they're looking for a murder weapon.
first time about the arrest of Ramsey.
Yesterday, our unrelenting pursuit of justice for Ashley Oakdale.
During a news conference, West Des Moines Police, the Dallas County Attorney, and Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird did not release many details about the arrest.
As this is an open case, we cannot discuss the details of our prosecution. What I can tell you is that after hearing the evidence, a Dallas County grand jury issued a true bill indicting Kristen Ramsey with the murder of Ashley Oakland.
Ramsey's LinkedIn page shows she was a sales manager at Rotland Homes 15 years ago. The now defunct company owned the townhouse development in West Des Moines where Ashley Oakland was showing a model home the day she was murdered. For the past 2 days, West Des Moines police have been searching Ramsey's yard in Woodward. A motive for the murder is still not clear. The Iowa Attorney General's office recently opened a new cold case unit. Attorney General Brenna Bird says it's important to solve these crimes.
Every person here today believes one thing for sure. No one should ever get away with murder.
Now, Ramsey is in the Dallas County Jail right now, and she did have her initial court appearance at the Dallas County Courthouse this morning. Now, there were some new court documents released earlier today. We got to take a look at those, but they really don't include any details of the evidence that was shown to the grand jury as they came up with that indictment. By the way, Ramsey's next court appearance is on April 10th.
Yeah, so we're going to have to wait a while, probably just shy of about 3 weeks before she appears in court once again. And maybe we'll get a little bit more information on April 10. But yeah, you saw that footage, right? They are definitely looking for a murder weapon. Look at this. Where are they? See them out the back digging in her backyard. It's not like she's a serial killer and then took, the body and buried it in the backyard. She shot and killed the woman, Ashley. What else could they be looking for? I think it's got to be a gun. Hopefully they find it and it ties this all together. But you have to ask the question, why now? Why 15 years later? What was it that was able to be put before a grand jury now and not 15 years ago? What exactly did they find when they did that case review? It's interesting because it feels like almost justice delayed. That's how it feels. The only thing I can think of is like, did they run some sort of genetic genealogy? Was there swabs taken of the townhouse, the door handles, the victim herself? And did they store them for a long period of time? And they went, everyone else is doing genetic genealogy. We should do it too. I don't know if maybe that's what happened and they were able to then tie it back to, to this woman. I have no idea, but it's a possibility. I think we'll find out on April 10. So, but yeah, hey, it's such a scary crime because at the time, I remember the reporting at the time, they thought it was a guy They thought it was, I think they said it was a man that was gonna come look at the townhouse, and they were all like, "Oh, it's a guy, we think it's a man who's come there and hurt her." Ended up being a female. So very odd. You don't get a ton of women killing other women in this way. It's an obscure type of crime. Colleen said YouTube must be haunted this week. It could be. They did say that. There you go. See, ping is reverse psychic. Reverse psychic. Um, yeah, I know. The family was saying that they had lost hope in finding answers, and I'm glad that they have them today. Apparently, her brother was at the press conference. He spoke a little bit, and he just said that they were happy that some answer had finally been given to the family, and sometimes that means more than actually seeing someone go through the court system. It means they know what happened that night, and it makes them rest a little easier knowing, like, hey, this person is arrested. Now we know what happened. We don't have to keep wondering over and over. It's like a type of psychological torture. And we'll go to court. We'll go to trial, and we'll try and figure out whether we can get this woman convicted. That's the next thing. We have to go through the trial process. Um, you look at this mugshot, right? I wonder what she's thinking. Look at those eyes. What do you guys think? What do you think that this woman is thinking right now? I just have a funny feeling. Like when you watch movies and they have that voiceover and they're like, the my life looks really messed up right now. This is how I ended up here. And they have that internal monologue voiceover. I swear to God, that's probably what's going through her head right now. She's like, oh crap, I'm not as smart as I thought I was, and I did not get away with it. Because for 15 years, she thought she got away. She thought it was a cold case and that they were never going to find it. They were never going to figure it out. She had, gone on with her life. Well, now she has been found out. She's a miserable person, definitely. Deborah said, I did not think I would get caught. Yeah, she definitely has that look in her eyes. Colleen said she's thinking, damn, no more highlights. She's going to have to do the Lori Vallow treatment. She's going to have the Lori Vallow treatment in jail. That's what she's going to have to do. She's going to have to learn how to do lipstick with Crayola, with Crayola or Skittles. She's going to have to do some Skittle makeup for court. But yeah, it's a good day anytime we can wipe out a cold case from the list. And we've had a couple this week, actually. We had another last night, a very old cold case, and it is now solved. Now, another one. It has been a busy year for it. So, there you go. Cold case done and dusted. I will bring you the update on April 10 when we go back to court. And we should find out some more reasoning and motive, how they figured this out, why it took so long. We will probably get that on, I'm guessing, on April 10, because the defense will ask for a brief of evidence and the prosecution will have to give it to them. So that'll then become public because it's been submitted in court, I suspect, anyway. Betsy said she might be wondering what gave her away. She would already know because it was done through a grand jury process. When they arrested her, she would already know. They would have told her, like, this is why you're being arrested. We have this, this, and that. We believe you killed her for X, Y, and Z. Come with me while I book you on first degree murder. Here's the other photo of her. I don't know where this photo comes from, whether it is also a jail photo, but she doesn't have the jumpsuit on as of yet. Kim said, I wonder if they sell an all sorted pack at the commissary. They do. It's called the makeup kit. Yeah. She thought she got away with it for 15 years. Hey, it just shows you can never truly fully get away with murder. You know, it might not be today, but it could be 15 years later. You never know how technology changes. You never know how people can look at evidence again and then, figure it out. So she has been caught and she will get no commission. No commission. She can go straight to jail. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting too. Oakland wasn't just shot once. According to, the arrest today, she shot her twice. I find that interesting. Why would you feel the need to shoot her twice? That'll be something to look at because normally people, in the heat of the moment may shoot, but they don't shoot twice. And that's almost like anger. Like you're like, die, bitch. And she's like shooting her. So, yeah, we'll have to find out. Apparently, she goes by the name Chrissy Ramsey. That's, I wonder why. Because her name is Kristen or Kirsten, right? Or Chrissy. Okay. Kristen. Okay, I guess it's sort of a slang name, a short name. That's not how we do that. Let me see if I can find her on Facebook. Hmm. Is that her? No, that's not her. I was just sometimes we can find not true crime. Sometimes we can find Facebook profiles for them, but I don't see one. Yeah, I don't see one that matches her photo at all. Not the lady we see in that mugshot anyway. Yeah, don't see it. Um, I will bring you more when we have it. I will bring you more. I have a story though. I just want to do this one very quickly because I think you should all know about it. You guys keep talking about this case. Give me 1 second. I think you are all right, though. I think we're going to learn it's some sort of jealousy. It could be career, it could be personal, it could be in a relationship type of jealousy. But I think that's probably what we're going to find out. We'll probably find out that the 27-year-old young gun was, you know, taking over, their probably little world in the real estate industry, and maybe she didn't like it. Maybe she thought her job was under threat or something like that. Um, I wanted to show you this just very quickly, and we'll keep going with. In Australia, overnight tonight, you may not have heard this, but a Category 5 cyclone, which is the same as a hurricane, is going to hit Australia. Category 5. Now, it's going to hit the far northern part of Australia, and it's right at that top little spiky tip bit of Australia that you see at the map, all the way north. And this absolute monster of a hurricane is going to hit the country. So the people up in that region tonight are in for a very rough and dangerous night. It's been a long time since a Category 5 hit the eastern coast of Australia. It's somewhat lucky that it's not further south, but it looks like even Cairns may get battered by this Category 5 cyclone.
Tropical cyclone Narelle has become a Category 5 tropical cyclone, and it will move on to the north of Queensland in the coming 24 hours. I'm Angus here at the Bureau of Meteorology. It is late Thursday morning, and this is a severe weather update with a focus on the tropical cyclone. It is here to the east of the Cape York Peninsula, and from our satellite imagery this morning, we can already see a couple of key things. Firstly, there is a well-defined eye right in the center of this weather system. We typically only see an eye when the category of the tropical cyclone is 3 or higher. Secondly, the deep cloud layer shown on this by the dark greys and the blacks completely circles around the eye. This is a symmetrical system. It is well formed and well organized, telling us it is an extremely powerful weather system. We are likely seeing winds above 200 kilometers an hour at the moment around the eye of this tropical cyclone, and that
So when we've done hurricane coverage before in America, what have I always told you? Symmetrical. When you can see symmetry of the cyclone or hurricane, the more symmetrical it is, the more clarified that eye is, that indicates a stronger cyclone or hurricane, especially when you get this buzzsaw shape, this very circular. It's a little oddly shaped right now because there are some island chains up there that I think are impacting it, but the main part of the storm is still very symmetrical. And yeah, Category 5 going to make landfall tonight in Australia. Now, it's quite a rural part of Australia up there. There is no major city or town up there, but there are people that live up there. It is just not, it's not like Melbourne or Brisbane or even Alice Springs in the Northern Territory. But there are still thousands of people that are in the path of this cyclone. I was trying to go to the satellite. Where is it? Forecast radar weather maps. We want to go to satellite. You know, they've given us this stupid new website and it's horrid. You can't find freaking anything on it. Stupid. Yeah, view satellite viewer. There we go. So there is the hurricane cyclone, and it's getting really close to landfall. You see that eye, very, very clean, goes all the way down. You get that stadium effect on it, where you see almost like a tube going straight through the hurricane slash cyclone. And it means it's a very strong storm. So there you go, as it loads these satellite images. And yeah, Category 5. So we're expecting it to be quite severe. A lot of people are in for a rough night down here. So there you go. You guys can see it barreling towards Australia right now. I just thought I'd tell you about it because it is going to hit land overnight. They originally thought it was going to be this evening, but it has slowed down a little bit, and it is now going to be overnight. So I will tell you more about that tomorrow, and I'll keep you well informed after it makes landfall tomorrow. All right. What else do we have on our update list for today? No, I don't want to do that. Spring break. Have you guys heard that there is a Alabama student that had gone missing in Spain? University of Alabama. We're going to go to that because I think anytime you have young people go missing, it is very concerning. So I'm going to take you out to KTVU in San Francisco.
A new developing story as a 20-year-old University of Alabama student from the Chicago area is missing from a spring break trip abroad as he was visiting friends studying abroad in Barcelona. We're looking at this post from the New York Post saying that University of Alabama student Jimmy Gracie reported missing after a night out in Spain during a spring break trip. He is notably from Elmhurst, Illinois. Let's be joined right now by our Fox 32 team, Casey Cronus, on the ground in the Windy City. Casey, thank you so much for joining us. We know his mother posted on Facebook asking for any information. What more can you tell us?
That's right. And this is really a puzzling case. Part of that because we are relying on Barcelona authorities to provide us with information, and we have not yet heard from them. We sent several requests, not only to Barcelona officials, but the U.S. consulate in Spain as well, asking for more details about this investigation. Now, it is about 11 p.m. there, so it is late, but we do know that Jimmy Gracie's parents are there. His dad was on the ground this morning. His mom was en route to go. As you can imagine, they are desperate for answers in this case. And you mentioned it, they turned to social media, to Facebook, to ask those in the Barcelona area if they know anything. Because you mentioned it, but Gracie was last seen out at a club around 3 a.m. yesterday, Barcelona time, and he was last seen by his friends there. But interesting.
Yeah, I'll stop it there. I will tell you, there was an update late today that says police now believe, based on footage, foul play is likely involved in his disappearance. And that is horrifying for his family. They're saying he was with his friends, but they got separated at the end of the night, according to his mum. His mum says that all his friends are now out looking for him. The police have his phone, but he didn't make it back to their Airbnb. And they're saying cops found the phone on the person who had stolen it from James. No person of interest has been publicly identified, but they're saying there is some footage that they're saying is suspicious and makes them think there is now foul play involved. Originally, a call was received early yesterday morning around 1 a.m. reporting a possible disappearance, and that was reported to have happened on March 17 at 3 a.m. So, I hope it's not what they think. And, I think we all hope that they will find him alive, not the foul play that we normally think of. Maybe they just think something bad has happened, and that he's maybe still alive out there.
A University of Alabama student missing in Europe on spring break. And almost 48 hours since he was last seen, Jimmy Gracie is still nowhere to be found. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Brittany Decker. At this hour, we're hearing from one of Gracie's fraternity brothers who is still in Spain. So this is what we know right now. Gracie was reported missing while visiting some friends who are studying in Barcelona.
The Illinois native was last seen by his friend at 3 a.m. Tuesday at a nightclub called Shoko in Barcelona. Another friend he was with left Gracie at the venue and says he never returned to his Airbnb.
Area police are investigating, and the family says police have found Gracie's cell phone. How that happened is unclear. We have our WVTM 13's Maya Caleb, who has been looking into the story for us, and she's joining us live this evening from Tuscaloosa with what she found out.
Maya, you actually spoke to a friend and fraternity brother of Gracie. What did he say?
Guys, so Gracie's friend, Kevin McClay, is also in Barcelona on that spring break trip, and he is hoping that Gracie is found safe. He says Gracie is one of his best friends.
It all started freshman year for Kevin McClay and Jimmy Gracie. A friendship became a brotherhood as the two rushed Theta Chi at University of Alabama.
He's a great person. He's a great guy. He's a man of upstanding character. He's one of those people that's there for anyone when they ever need it.
As a member of Theta Chi, Gracie has taken on the role of chaplain of the executive board.
He serves as a mentor for our younger guys and guides our brothers on their journey with their faith. And he also serves as one of our philanthropy chairmen and devotes his time to giving back to others.
What should have been a fun spring break trip in Barcelona for Gracie, McClay, and the rest of their friends has become a search for Gracie.
we're doing everything.
You know, it feels like every sort of spring break or summer break, we end up with someone missing overseas. There was that young girl last year. Do you remember that? And there was a lot of speculation around what happened to her. But a lot of people thought there was foul play. We ended up with the CCTV and ended up being that they believed that she drowned and was washed away. That hopefully that's not what's going to happen here. Um, Jimmy Gracie, missing now for what would it be? Over 40, over 24 hours now. And yeah, they're saying foul play. I really hope that's someone speaking out of turn. I'm hoping that's not what's gone on. I don't think anyone wants um, that to be true. I'm just trying to find out if we can get a get a better update for you. I'll put his photo up, by the way. Don't know if we have many people watching in Spain, but I thought at least you'd be able to have a photo. There's a nice photo of him. It is now Barcelona. There's always crime in a lot of cities, especially in built up areas where there's a lot of people. Barcelona is no different. Travelers are warned. There's a lot of petty crime. There's a lot of other type of crime, especially with people who have been out drinking or out in the nightlife. Sometimes tourists are taken advantage of, or things are stolen. It happens quite frequently, unfortunately. But what happened after that? And obviously, he was robbed of his phone. But what happened during that exchange? That's what I think they're trying to figure out. Um, I'm just trying to see if there's a better update. No, that's not what I want. Let's see. Is there a better update for him? Um, So the way they recovered that phone was during the arrest of an individual, but they're not saying that person has anything directly involved with his disappearance. But hey, you'd have to somehow come up with a good story of how you have his phone. They're saying that anyone who has information is urged to contact Barcelona authorities or use the family provided number, which is +1 224 505 3886. And that is the family sort of hotline that they've set up to try and get tips or anyone who might have seen something or might know where he is. That is provided so that people can call a US number. Let's see. I was going to try and find his mom. She's been posting on Facebook. Let me see if I can see if she's posted an update recently. Let's see. So apparently, up to an hour ago, a wallet was found. So they've also now found a wallet. His sister and a friend of Jimmy shared that a wallet has been found near the beach. So apparently now a wallet. They're getting closer. They're starting to find um, other items. So they found his phone on someone's person. They have now found a wallet down near the water. That is concerning. Let's see. Here's the missing poster that they have put up. It is concerning when you look at this map that they've given out. If this will go here, that's where they were last seen at that Shoko bar. Look at all the waterways around there. That really how many stories have we read about people who are young, may have been drinking, they either get hurt or, a variety of different things, and they end up in the water. I hope that's not what's going on here because that always ends in heartbreak. So, yeah, let's look it up. Shoko Bar. Okay. Let's look on the maps. Let's see what we can find. Okay. So there's the last known location of him. It is right on the beach. Right on the beach. And they're saying that they've found a wallet on the beach now, not too far from here as well. It's I hope that the police maybe have a boat out in the water. I just have a funny feeling that if they're gonna find him, he might be out in this water. I hope not. I hope he's holed up somewhere and he's alive, but seeing so many of these stories before, the waterway is concerning. Missy said, I heard that the wallet was found, but everything was still in it, is what I heard. I don't know. I don't think it's been confirmed by anyone directly as of yet. I think it's sort of coming from people involved. Susie said, remember Natalie Holloway on spring break? Yes. She was in Aruba. Yep, that is true. Yeah, seems like a nice young kid, doesn't deserve to not come home from his spring break. Seems like he was just, like any other young person trying to explore the world and live their lives. Let's go down here. What's down here? More beach. More beach if we go down here. Yeah, look, there's just waterways everywhere. What happens if we go inland? So there's that bar. Okay. All right, let's have a look. So if you went in the opposite direction, where could you go? Well, you'd end up on a major road all through here, which is like a main thoroughfare, and you'd probably head further into there's other restaurants and other nightlife locations, pizza bar, and then some, yeah, a lot of restaurants. A lot of restaurants. I mean, it's possible there's this place here, look, a lot of parkland. That's not too far away either. I hope this area has been checked by people, a lot of parks, and look, even a zoo, Barcelona Zoo. So there is a lot of parkland too. But being that it's only steps from that beach, that is very concerning. Yeah, I hope they find him quickly. So, not been missing long now. It's like 36 hours. So they got onto it very quick. That bar is known for when it closes, all the kids go to the beach and swim. I mean, yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, if you go here, where else would you go? You can't go this way. You'd all just come out and hang down here. I mean, there's a lot of room and there's, no one's going to probably bother you. Now, there's been a couple of documentaries that have been done on the nightlife in Spain. And there's a lot of dodgy people. There's a lot of dodgy people that try and take advantage of tourists. There was a big one, not for this location, not Barcelona. Hold on. There was a good one. What one is it? I don't know if I can find it. Came out like a year ago, and they were talking about, um, tourists being taken advantage of, and even for working, like people who want to work while they're on holidays, they often get, underpaid, get threatened when they ask for their money or things like that. So there's often some people being taken advantage of, especially if you are a foreigner. Marylander said we had a meteor. Did it? It created a sonic boom. Colleen said a lot of creeps target tourist area, but especially the beach or spring break cities. That is what I would be concerned about on this one, is that someone has tried to, you know, take something, got in a fight, all sorts of things that can happen. I hope they find him. I really do. That's got to be frightening for all of his family. So they were in, where's this? They had a Airbnb over here. Where's that? Ah, okay. They were pretty far away. I mean, not far away, but okay, I'll show you on the map. So that is the bar right there. Their Airbnb was over here in this region around here. So a bit of a walk back. You see that red um, marker there, and they were all the way over here at the nightclub. So a bit of a distance to get home to the Airbnb, and there's that park. You would have to maybe go through there to get home. So bit of a distance. What's really sad? Look what's right here. There's a hospital. So if something happened to him, he wasn't far from help. Look how close he would have been to the hospital. He could have got, like, someone could have got him help. Very, very close to yeah, there you go. Emergency. So there's an emergency department literally feet from where he was last seen. They could have just dumped him at the hospital and got him help. That makes it even more tragic to me, if you ask me. The fact that he's so close to a hospital, that there's really no excuse. If this kid winds up being hurt or killed, you know, it just sounds malicious, right? Sounds deliberate. Hold on. Hmm. Okay. So yeah. There you go. Very sad story. I don't have too much more than that. I just know that the search is continuing quite throughout the night, throughout the day. They'll be back out there today. The last update I have is about the wallet. That's the last thing I have. Oh, he wears a gold chain with a rhinestone cross on it, and they are looking for that as well. They're looking for that jewelry. So if anyone finds a necklace that looks like that, there's a photo of it. I can show you. There's the necklace. So they are looking for that necklace. Just a normal chain with a rhinestone cross. That is one of the bits of jewelry that they're asking people to look out for as well. Oh yeah, these kids, man. I hope they just, you know, it's always when they get separated, isn't it? It always seems to be when, through some reason or another, they end up diverging from their group, and something like this always happens. Let's have a look. What was the last update? I think that was the last update, guys. And it's what time is it in Spain right now? Barcelona time. It's 6:29 a.m. in Barcelona right now. So they're just starting the new day. So there'll be a new search probably getting underway now. Hey, Robert, I want to thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. That is very kind of you. Enjoy your lie down. And I thank you for that donation. That was very kind, very generous. I appreciate it. Without people like Robert, without people donating to the show, we wouldn't have a show. So if you want to do that, the links are under the video or in the chat. Let me have a look. How did they get separated? Yeah. They're saying that security footage that has been obtained shows Jimmy leaving the Shoko restaurant and nightclub in Barcelona with another person. But how did they get separated? I'm not sure. Hold on. One, I want to read that, and then I want to look at this. Let me try and find out, like, why did they get separated? His friends wanted to go home, and he reportedly wanted to stay behind. So he didn't want to go home at that point in time. All right. So according to this, a reporter from Barcelona said that the police force have looked at CCTV footage showing Jimmy outside the Shoko restaurant and club at approximately 3 a.m. on Tuesday. They said, based on that footage, which has not been released to the public, Gracie left the club with someone else, leading authorities to suspect that foul play was involved. So they've got to try and find out who is this person that he left the club with. Yeah, it sounds like that is sort of what they're doing right now, trying to track down this whoever it was. They haven't given the video out to the public. It's sad, isn't it? It's always when someone's like, I'm not ready to give up the night. I'm going to stay here for another hour. You guys go back to the Airbnb. I'll meet you back there. I think we've read so many stories where it's as innocent as that. And then the person who stays behind ends up in trouble. I think we've read dozens of them. You can't separate. Doesn't matter if you're in America, in Barcelona, in London, in Australia, you have to stay as a group. You have to stick together. One if one leaves, you all leave. If three of you leave, all of you leave. It's not. It's one for all and all for one. That's it. Yeah, buddy system. It would save so many lives. It really would if we all just stuck to the buddy system. We wouldn't have so many of these stories. Kelly said some people can be super annoying about it too when they refuse to leave. I mean, it was already 3 a.m. in the morning. Maybe he was talking to a girl. Maybe he had found a girl and he didn't want to stop interacting with her. I could understand that. Yeah, no update. I want to see that footage. I want to see that footage. Hopefully, authorities will put it out today. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Because I don't know why they wouldn't, unless they're just worried about maybe IDing the suspect in it. Oh, apparently privacy laws in Europe prevent them putting out the video. Um, police just happened to pick up the guy who stole and stole Jimmy's phone, and they found the phone when they searched him to take him into custody. Okay, so maybe it's the EU laws which mean that we can't get the video. That's annoying. Colleen said, I told my daughter I don't care if you're underage drunk and it's 4 a.m. You call me. Well, they're in that's good advice, but I don't know if that works they're all away in Spain. They can't really call their parents, can they? Give me a sec. Yep, they do have cameras. It's saying that they do have a CCTV camera. They just haven't put it out to the public. Let's see. Yeah, so being that it's almost getting into the morning time, hopefully today, throughout the day, we're going to get a ton more information about it. But geez, it feels like every spring we get at least one story from overseas somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't have anything else for it, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but that's sort of the information. Here, I'll play the rest of the video that we're watching before. Maybe it has a better update. Is that the one? No. Yeah, this one has his friend talking.
Do that we can to keep our heads up and remain hopeful that we find him safe. But it's a tough time, and we're scared.
Multiple agencies are involved in the search after he was last seen at a nightclub 2 days ago.
His dad landed here this morning. We've been working closely with local authorities and Senator Britt's office, the State Department, U.S. Embassy here in Barcelona.
While this is a tough time for Gracie's family and friends, they say they are grateful for all of the support and coverage as they work to bring Jimmy Gracie home.
Kevin McClay asked that everyone continue to share the flyers and information about Jimmy Gracie in order to help them in their search. Live in Tuscaloosa, Maya Caleb, WVTM 13.
Maya, thanks. Our coverage doesn't stop on air. We'll continue to follow this story.
So yeah, there you go. I'm expecting by the time you guys wake up in the morning, there will probably be a few more updates about what has happened in the morning time in Spain. So yeah, by the time you guys wake up, I suspect there'll probably be something more concrete. I don't think this is going to be a long investigation. I think it's going to come together pretty quick. I just think, it's only been about a day. So I think today a lot more answers will be provided. Let me see if there's any other sort of breaking news for it. Yeah, a lot of people saying it reminds me of Natalie Holloway. Yeah, I agree. It is sort of the same. Let's see. There is a let me take you to a paper in Spain, and I'll switch the translation for you. Hold on. If we go here and then switch it. There we go. It's in English now. What are they saying? Anything interesting? According to police sources who spoke to this media outlet, the disappearance was reported on Tuesday morning, and an investigation has been underway ever since to clarify what happened and find her whereabouts. I think his whereabouts. What else? He was last seen leaving in the early hours of Tuesday around 3 a.m. in the vicinity of the Shoko nightclub located on the Barceloneta seafront. Their sources at the nightclub have told the paper they have no further information. The nightclub staff have kept all recordings from Monday night session and Tuesday night, and have stated that they will make them available to the Catalan police along with any other information required. From that moment, his trail goes cold. The student did not return to the tourist accommodation he had booked, which led the family to alert authorities. Um, okay, that's their local paper, Chronica, and they are saying that's their latest update. So even the Spanish newspapers don't have too much more right now. Riley Strain, that's a good one too, became separated from his friends in Nashville, Tennessee, ended up in the water. I hope this kid's not in the water. It would be tragic because it's a story we've had a million times before. It really is. We've done that story so many times. I will bring you more. If anything breaks on that overnight, I may jump back on and then bring you the update. So even if it's like 7 a.m. in the morning, I will do that for you. Let's see. Huh. Remember I brought you a story a couple of weeks ago about a woman called Nikki Winder out of Texas? Do you guys remember this? Apparently the authorities have put out some new photos. I'm going to try to get them for you. They still have not found her. So I'm going to take you to the Brazos County Facebook page. And they're saying they are still looking for her. And that's her vehicle. Ah. Who's this? So this is her vehicle. And that was found torched not too far away on an oil pad. They want to know who this is and why they might have been following her. And they're asking people to check game cameras or security cameras for that ATV between 3 and 4 p.m. on February 25th. So they want to know. So she went missing. She left work, never seen again. And her car was found burnt out not long after. Now I'm going to bring up a photo of her. If I can do that. You guys will remember we did this story. That's a terrible photo ping. Yeah, we gotta have a better photo. There you go. So now they have that photo of the ATV. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? Who and why were they there? So that's what they're looking for now. Looking for who might have been in that ATV. And I'm going to blow it up for you. There you go. People are saying it looks like 3 people is in that ATV. I think that might be about right. And why would they want to hurt her? Could they be illegal hunting or something? I don't know. So this poor woman's been missing, 53 years old, Nikki Nicole Winder. And February 25th, she's been missing from. Like I said, that white truck was found burnt out not far from her last known location. She is subject to a statewide Texas clear alert, and they would like to find out where she is and what happened to her. But that ATV is the best evidence I've seen as of yet. What do you guys think? 3 people? 2 in the back, 1 in the front? 1 person driving, 2 in the back, maybe? Or just 2 people, 1 driving, 1 passenger? Let me know what you think. But it's good we're starting to get some more updates about her. She's been the subject of that clear alert for weeks and weeks. So this was off FM 974 north of Highway 21. And when we looked at that location, there's like nothing out there. It's just scrubland. It's just nothing. It's like, it's just country area. It's not really built up. There's a few houses here and there, but it's not really anything out there. It is hard to tell. It's a little pixelated, right? Good night, Stephanie. Good night. Yes, glad Stephanie came in tonight. Good to see you. Deborah too. Deborah's here too. We have a few Deborahs. I just think the question might be, why would they want to hurt her? Why her in particular? Did they know her? Was it random act of violence? Did they come across her? Were they not supposed to be on that land and they thought she was going to dob on them or something? And so they decided to kill her? It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? This woman leaving work was going to head home and ends up disappearing. It's all a bit strange. Let me take you out to a news station out in that area. Hold on. Yeah, KHOU. Where is it? There we go. Yeah. Let me take you out to this update.
Up first this evening, it has been 16 days since a Brazos County mother was last seen. 53-year-old Nicole Winder disappeared after investigators say her truck was found burned. Aniele Ruiz went to the Bryan College Station area and talked with law enforcement tonight. Aniele?
Investigators say they need the public's help. The goal is simple. They want to bring this mother home. It was here off of FM 974 in Brazos County back on February 25th, where investigators say the truck belonging to 53-year-old Nicole Winder was found burning.
They located a truck that was on fire that was parked on an oil well.
Deputy Nathan Dennis with the Brazos County Sheriff's Office says they immediately started trying to contact the owner, 53-year-old Nicole Winder.
Family and friends have not been able to contact her, didn't know where she was.
Hours before her vehicle was found, she was seen leaving work. And since then, not a trace.
It made us worry and be fear that she is in danger of death or anything like that.
Search crews have combed the area by land and air.
We've utilized helicopters, drones, Texas Search and Rescue.
And tonight, investigators say there might be one lead that could help. Someone riding an ATV near the area where a truck was found.
Maybe we can talk to whoever was operating that ATV and see if they even saw anything.
Investigators are also asking for any kind of footage in the area from that day, including those with dash cams.
But if you look on the side, look. This is the edge of the road. We saw this on the map when we looked at it. It's mostly like just bushland. Like there's nothing here. What would cause her to leave this road and then be forced out of her vehicle? That's the question. Like I don't understand. Like who would know she was there? Who would know she was leaving work? That's who you got to find. Colleen said, sounds like she was kidnapped. That's what it sounds like, right? I agree with you.
Investigators are also asking for any kind of footage in the area from that day, including those with dash cams could help solve what happened to Nicole Winder.
Do you guys think that she's still alive?
We hope that we are going to find her alive and that she's safe. But we have to prepare for everything and any possibility because this is very strange.
Well, they say Nicole is 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs about 130 pounds. If you have any information, you're told to contact the Brazos County Sheriff's Office.
I'm not sure what her job is. I believe she might have been a carer, like a personal carer. At least that's what has been suggested. So yeah, there you go. That ATV, that's what they really want to concentrate on. They want to find out who they might be, who these people are, and if they have any connection to her disappearance. Been missing a long time now, this woman, and they found the car, but not her. So, you know, it's hard to comprehend. It really is. So at least that's an update. They found something. A an ATV with people who may or may not know something about what what happened to her. All right. Let me get do I have one more update for you? I might have one more update. Uh, no. I was gonna do that one, but I don't think we will. There's so many baby stories at the moment. There's just awful stories, like so many stories about little kids at the moment. There's just heaps of them. Maybe we can go to LA. Yeah, we can go to LA.
Now to a search for an alleged predator. Police say a man lured two young girls into his car and then tried to assault them. CBS LA's Nicole Comstock is live in North Hills now with how police say he stalked them for several blocks. Nicole?
Yeah, this is pretty much every parent's worst nightmare. Investigators say that man followed those young girls for several blocks, repeatedly trying to get them inside his car. And unfortunately, shortly after they did, investigators say he locked the doors and unzipped his pants. Take a look at this video here of the location where this whole encounter started. Police are now calling this an attempted kidnapping here that started at North Hills Community Park. They say that adult man approached a 12-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl here late Sunday afternoon and offered to give them a ride. Now, they apparently said no and kept on walking, but investigators say that man persisted, following them to not one, but two more locations, continuing to try to pressure them into taking a ride. Now, eventually they agreed, but investigators say the suspect did not take them where they asked to go, that he instead locked the doors and drove them to a secluded location in a cul-de-sac where he offered them alcohol and drugs and then money in exchange for sex acts. Listen to this detective explain how those girls were able to get away from him.
The girls were frightened. One of the girls was able to get out of the car and start screaming for help, while the second girl, the 12-year-old, was in the back seat and had to jump out of the vehicle once it was in motion.
Those poor girls, they are very brave to be able to escape that man, but they are looking for him. They are calling him an escaped kidnapper. And this happened on a Sunday afternoon. A teen girl, 16, the other one is 12. They were walking together in North Hills Park just before 5:30 p.m., where the man approached them multiple times, offering a ride. On his third attempt, the girl said they gave in and got into his car. Can't be giving in, girls. Don't be doing that. However, instead of going to the location where the girls instructed him to, the suspect drove to an area of Sunburst and Lamona Avenue. It's a residential neighborhood, but it is secluded. And then he offered them money, alcohol, and drugs, then unzipped his shorts and asked for sex in exchange for money. The girls were frightened. They were able to jump out of the car. First girl jumped out while the car was stationary. The second one jumped out while it was in motion. The girls screamed for help and the suspect fled. The kidnapper is described as 21 with black hair, brown eyes, 200 pounds with tattoos on both arms, and he was driving an older model four-door sedan. People are asked to contact the Mission Area detectives at 818-838-9810. Horrible, really horrible, those poor girls. Imagine having to be, you know, subjected to that at 12 and 16 years old. There's a map of where it happened, by the way. Those poor kids, man, but good girls for screaming and somehow getting away. I don't like the fact that they gave in though. Hold on, guys. Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, awful story, really is. Hopefully they catch the creep. Hopefully they do. I'm hoping that happens very fast. You need to get him off the streets. Maybe 21 years old, Hispanic male, propositioning girls just off the street. It could be a dangerous guy. Could be very dangerous. Could escalate, do something different, could actually take a girl next time and forcibly do it instead of offering them something. He could just, you know, do it, which would be a worse crime. If they find him, I'll let you know. But if you are in the North Hills area of LA, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the bad man. Yes, never get in a stranger's car. What do they say? Never go to a second location. Never go to a second location. Colleen said, strange, but if he's 21-ish, they probably thought he was a college guy instead of a dirty old man. Yeah, I know, but you just never know, Ray. You just never know. All right. I have to wind up a little early tonight. I have to go help Mrs. Ping with something. And yes, you would have seen Muffin. He jumped up on my lap while we were watching that last video. But I will come back if there is a breaking update in that story for Jimmy. I will come back. So if we get some sort of breaking news, an arrest, if they find him, if there's some sort of big breaking news, I will come back. Hey, I want to thank our only donator tonight. I want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to Robert. Robert, thank you very much. The people who support this channel and send in donations are the only reason we can do this every single day. So I appreciate it very, very much. All right, I have to go help Mrs. Ping. It's 5 o'clock. We actually got on a little late today. So, but I'll be back. If there's a break in that case, I will make a new live show. Okay? Good night, everyone. Bye.